Welcome to my first YouTube video. My name is Sean and I'll be embarking on a journey to perform deck reviews on the cards that I like or I come across as interesting or of interest that I would like to share with you guys. So here's a little background story on why I started this channel. I started collecting playing cards in this year June, and I did find myself with the habit of going to YouTube to see fellow deck reviewers on reviewing the decks that I like and I wanted to buy. So instead of just looking at the photos in Google's and other website links, I did enjoy myself from watching the videos of other deck reviewers, as it allowed me to have a sense of the overall feel of the deck just from the video itself, where the deck reviewers could show the court cards, the pits, and also the overall handling and the fanning of the cards. So this is one of the reasons that I decided to start the channel, where I wanted to share what I have experienced over there, which I found joy in watching the videos to others. And which brings me to this deck, why I chose it as the first deck of my review. So without further ado, let's delve into the deck review for this deck. So this deck is known as the Double Eagle. It is designed by Jackson Robinson and his team, which is also known as the King's Wow project. So a little background story on why I'm reviewing this deck, because at that time I was into collecting tuck cases with holographic foil, and the first deck that that would interest me from King's Wow project was the Legal Tender series. So after getting my hands on them, I somehow came across this Double Eagle, which the foil on the tuck case. After looking at the foil on the tuck case, I knew that I had to get this deck. However, it wasn't easy in procuring one, and thankfully eBay, there was some sellers selling it, and I got it for quite a price. So for me, I know when I got this, I went to YouTube, and to my surprise, there wasn't any YouTubers reviewing this deck, which is largely the reason that I'm doing this review today, because I would like to show the community of YouTube members on how this deck looks like, and to provide a YouTube review video on it. So I went to eBay and I gotten two of it, as I love this deck a lot, and I guess I'll be keeping one sealed in my collection. So this will be the deck that we are going to open. So without further ado, let's delve into it. Cellophane coming off. Alright, so as you can see from the front of the tuck case, I love that the embossed foil, if you have the correct lighting, it's so shiny. And the design is, I can see that there's a circle over here, some sort of plate behind, and there's a star over here, and that's the eagle over here. And as we all know, that the eagle is the national bird of the United States of America, where Jackson and his teams are based on. And this deck is also known as the Double Eagle deck. And you can see that there's some number here. I think it's number 20, and here it looks like 08. So I do not know whether this it's a reference to the year 2008. It could be the year that they knew each other, or I could be wrong. So if you do know what does the 20 and 08 signifies, do leave a comment in the comment section. I would love to know the reasons for it. And moving on, so this is a shield. It somehow it looks like the Captain America shield, which is, in my opinion, amazing because it's very patriotic. And another reason that I like about this deck, apart from the design and the foil, is that when you rotate the deck, the eagle, it's still in the still in the same direction, and the 20 and the 8 still remains the same. So that's one tuck case design that I like a lot and I appreciate a lot. So moving on, we can see that on the side of the tuck case it says double eagle, and the foil is amazing as well. The other side, it's the same thing, and the back of the tuck case is basically similar to what was on the front, just that there's no plain double eagles logo over here. But from the back of the tuck case, we can see the United States flag more clearly, and yeah, you can see that there are some small fonts on it which I can't read for now. It's too small in my opinion. And here on the top of the tuck case, it mentions by KWP project. So I'm going to open this here. And here it says double eagle, which there's a logo over there, and the small words over here on the flip. Oh yes, so the bottom part of the tuck case, it's designed by Jackson Robinson of KWP project, exclusively for double eagle development, fought with TX76107, and manufactured by the Expert Playing Cards company in the PRC, and this is their logo. So this deck is actually a commission deck by Jackson to two of his friends, Cody and John, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so we'll move into that when we open the cards. So after opening the deck, you can see that the inner flap of the tuck case, it looks like this. So there's some historical figures over here. As I'm not well versed in America's history, I won't be commenting much as I don't know the figures myself. So moving on, this side of the flip of the tuck case, there's another person over there, and there's one more over here as well. So now let's have a look at how the tuck box looks like from the inside. Let me just set this down. So the inside of the tuck box, you can see that the art extends all the way itself to the bottom, and basically it essentially covers the whole of the tuck box. And I would love to see how it looks like when unveiled. I guess we can rip, if we wanted to do that, we can rip it open from here and open it out to see, but I don't see myself destroying the deck at this moment just for these purposes. Nevertheless, it's very well designed. So moving on to see the cards. So the first card that I see is it mentions that basically it gives information on how Jackson, Cody and John, the story about them. So they grew up together in West Texas town of Canyon, and they enjoyed a strong friendship there. They were usually bonding on the football field, where they formed many memories which last till today. So after graduating high school, Cody and John founded Double Eagle, which if I'm not wrong, it's an oil company. So Jackson worked as a professional illustrator for over a decade before creating his own luxury playing company, which we also known as the KWP project. So after more than 2 decades, the Triple Eagle from Canyon are getting to collaborate on one of the finest decks in the playing cards you'll ever find. This deck was designed and illustrated by Jackson and was a labor of love for his lifelong friends and brothers, Cody and John. So the three of them wish us the best and hope that we enjoy these fine playing cards. to me, it's such a nice thing for Jackson to do to two of his friends by commissioning a deck which shares the bond between the three of them. So I would be so stoked if if my friend did that to me. This deck would mean a lot if my friend commissioned a piece of deck just to celebrate and to immortalize our friendship by having created a deck. So the other card, it's about the three of them. So this is John, Jackson himself, and Cody. So let's see the cards. I do like that from here you can see there's this thing, this silver gliding sheets. So but when you line it up, of course this deck does not have any gilding, but it's very nice by itself. And I was informed that this deck was the same design as what you can see in the legal tender, which I haven't opened and see it, but nevertheless, here's how the cards look like. So the Ace of Spades and the pip cards. I do like that they mention there's a lot of small font words. Maybe one day I'll just get a what do you call that, magnifying glass to read what is the fonts about. So here's how the cards looks like. Oh, I do realize that for the spades itself, it's in white paper, while the rest of it's slightly yellowish. Just not sure, is it a manufacturer error, or it's supposed to be designed this way. So here's the aces, here's the diamonds, and the court cards for the diamonds. The clubs, the hearts, and this is the back of the cards. So I do like that the foil, it's very shiny, and the color here, although it looks a bit beige in my opinion, beige, or some can call it yellowish, but the foil contrasts with the color very well. So yeah, that's about it. And I love the concept that for the aces, for the spades, there's all the fine prints, while for the diamonds, there's this logo, holographic logo over here. I think it's the Statue of Liberty, the torch. And for the clubs, it would be the eagle, the double eagle. And for the hearts, the logo, I can't really make it out. What does it looks like? But anyway, yeah, they're all very amazing. Have 4 different themes, and I'm so glad that I managed to get my hands on this deck. So thank you so much for watching my videos, and I hope that you enjoyed my review, and hopefully I will improve in times by communicating better in my subsequent videos. Thank you so much.